Hey girl, hey. Hey boy, hey. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, smash that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. This is a place where we don't hate, we participate and articulate. We can share opinions here safely and agree to disagree at times. This is a drama-free channel, but I am loud and passionate about all the victims in any case, okay? And I want my voice to be heard loud and clear on their behalf. But I do realize it is naturally louder than most. Please be aware of this, and I apologize ahead of time. And I ask that you just please adjust your volume accordingly. Again, these discussions are for entertainment purposes only, and all parties are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Subjects can be very sensitive and triggering. Be aware this is adult content and listener discretion is advised. Finally, please reach out to professionals if you are ever feeling unsteady or unsafe. But feel free to email me if you just need somebody to listen. Whew. When I get an editor or someone that can help me because I'm not tech savvy, I'm going to put that disclaimer at the beginning of all my videos while you guys are waiting on me, so that can just be out there all the time. So let me catch my breath because I want to give a big thank you. Can everybody see and hear me well? Are we good? I want to give a huge thank you to all of my super chats from the very beginning and let you know that I see you, and I want you to get my email and email me and put in your vote on what you want the 20% of my super chats to go to. There's three options. We can donate it to addiction or domestic violence or autism. So each and every person whose name I call, please email and let me know which organization you would like the money to go to. You can give a specific organization, or you can just say domestic violence, autism, or addiction. Okay? Whew. Thank you guys. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for being patient with me for not posting yesterday. We do have a guest that's coming on, which is a friend of mine that is like family, and she is going to share her survivor story at 8:10. So we have a little bit of time for me to tell these people how much I appreciate them, and to tell you guys that, weren't able to donate, that I appreciate your views and you just being here in this community. So I want to start with the very beginning when Cam Lynn, thank you very much for your super chat. And Brooke Golson, thank you so much. And Helen Johns, on my very first super chat ever, these three people donated like right away within hours of me getting my channel monetized. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So then the next day, Jennifer Ball and Amber Lee Master and AM and BS and Little Bit and Tina Ward and Trisha Bowl and Save Robbie gave me a super chat. And so I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And then on the 15th, Cam Lynn went and did it again. So thank you so much. And then on the 16th, Mary, Deathy, Delts, Elizabeth Gregory, Muffy, and Elizabeth Gregory. I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, from the bottom of my heart. And then on the 17th, Helen Johns and Sissa, thank you. You guys are amazing. I never, ever asked for any of this, and you just did it voluntarily, and I will never forget that. And then on the 18th, it was Stitchy Widgets, Paula Joyner, Tina Ward again, and Brooke Golson. Thank you so much. And then on the 20th, Cam Lynn, Jennifer Ball, Chronic Life, Elizabeth Gregory, Miss T, Leah, and exploring human behaviors 2 different times. I just want to say thank you guys so much. That will probably pay for the parts to fix my car, even though I have my paycheck that I was going to do it with next week. But that will replace anything that I take out of my paycheck to do that. And I'm so grateful. And I'm still going to give 20%. I'm going to hold myself accountable. So whenever I get my payment, which is once a month, I'm going to show that to you guys without giving out too much personal information. But I'm going to show you how much I made. And like I promised, 20% will be donated to domestic violence or autism or addiction. Okay. So if we could just give back in any way in a little bit, then it's worth it in the end. And I'm very, very appreciated. So, yes, I like to donate to domestic violence shelters. Like I buy these samples of foundation from Mary Kay so I can give them out to people as for prospects. And we changed over to new foundation. And so I donated all those individual packs of foundation to domestic violence shelters because I remember when I stayed in them and I had to try to find a job and get back on my feet. When I stayed at different domestic violence shelters, they didn't have a lot of makeup. They didn't have a lot. I mean, they had like deodorant and stuff you could brush your teeth with, but the women that were staying there didn't have a lot of makeup to make themselves, the way that they felt comfortable going to job interviews. And so that was the first thing that I decided to do with that stuff when we switched over. Oh, Sarah McConnell, it's not about the money. Don't you worry. I just wanted to make sure that these people got a shout out because of the money. Thank you, Save Robbie. Thank you, Miss T. Hi, Muffy. I was just saying, hey, hey, hey. Thank you for your super chat. So tonight we are going to steer the wheels in a different direction, and we're going to talk about a survivor of domestic violence. And I met this lovely woman many years ago at one of my best friends from high school's birthday party. And me and her just hit it off. So we continue to stay friends. She comes to like my Mary Kay parties and has been very supportive of me along the way. And she's actually the lady that got me to sign up with the nails. I did the other company before she started with this company, and we both were approached at the same time, and I just wasn't interested. I was burnt out because the other company. And she went ahead and did it, and then she gave me some free ones, the smart little lady that she is. And when I put them on, I fell in love, and I signed up right away. So she is also my upline for the Rarity Nails. So, oh, that's great, because if you have to run to one, you have to depend on the shelter for everything. Yes, exactly. Yes, you guys do have that environment here. You're all safe. You're all safe to agree to disagree. We all know what when somebody is beyond help from one of us and they need professional help. Never would we sign up for something that we couldn't handle. So I'm so glad that us lifting Jennifer up the other day got her to talk to her doctor. And that just proves that supporting women instead of tearing each other down will benefit other women in the long run. Thank you, Muffy. You are amazing. Thank you, sister. So we just need to continue to do that. We have seen it work. Ashley's son is not out of hot water, but they are moving forward and have a little bit of answers on the way. So everything is just working out. We are here for each other. And of course, Brandy and Chronic Life, we're just going to be there for them too, because they're going through so many medical issues. And it's got to be tough to always have to be at doctor's appointments and take medicines and, have to dive that much into your health when most of us are walking around healthy, taking it for granted. So I just want to uplift them. And then we all know how really, really hard it is to come off of a what is it, pain maintenance drug, and Tish is going to try to come off of her Suboxones or Subutex. I can't remember which one. And so that's really hard, and we know what that's like, and people need support when they're going through times like this. And your family kind of gets tired of your same old song and dance, you know? And so we haven't heard it, so we don't care. We'll embrace it and help uplift you and tell us time and time again, and it doesn't matter, you know, sometimes our families can be our worst enemies. And so I want to create a safe environment here where people feel like we are friends and that we can trust each other and we're not going to judge one another. I mean, we all have skeletons in our closet. We all have things that we are ashamed of. And so don't you dare get caught judging somebody, because you could end up in their shoes. I'll be the first person to tell you that. When I used to make fun of all the pill heads at my job, and I was Miss Cool Bartender and everybody else was a junkie pillhead, those junkies. And then it got me, and I probably got worse than any of them ever did, to the point, you know, that I took it as far as doing heroin whenever I was withdrawing so bad. But luckily enough, it probably wasn't real because I didn't feel it. It never like gave me the pain pills did. So it was only a couple of times, but still, you know, those people that I was calling junkies and stuff weren't doing heroin. They were just buying their pain pills and coming to work to get them. So at least they were buying them and weren't stealing them. But still, I had to put myself on a high horse, and I was better than everybody else. And that's just when karma will come back and bite you in the hiney. I live in a toxic environment, and my headphones and the internet helps a lot. Oh, I know what that's like, Sarah, especially not having anywhere else to go and the people that you live with knowing that. So they kind of treat you the crappiest because they know that you don't have any other options. And so you have to do all the cleaning. You are the culprit for anything that goes wrong in the house. And I hate walking on eggshells in my home environment. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that, Sarah. Are you near here, Sarah? I'm asking because if you are, it wasn't by accident. This channel and these viewers truly care for one another. Yes, Celine Garcia said it. She hit the nail right on the head. I found this channel through the Watts case. I'm also in recovery on Suboxone, and yeah, I like it here, and I'm surprised how similar we all are. And I have been on Subutex myself. It saves my life. If I ever need pain medicine, I would ask the doctor for that. I even had it in May when I got my laparoscopic abrasion. I was doing Subutex for the pain. So you're safe here, Sarah. Welcome, sister. Tish is doing good. Thank God she is an accountant. Quit her job to detox, but they are devastated she left. Did not judge her. They are holding her place. Oh my God, Miss T. See, thank you. Thank you. Yes, the sisterhood is doing what it should. It's very comfortable to know that you're not alone. Celine Garcia, you are right. Sarah said. Hey everyone, I'm back on. Good. See you all here. Lulu interrupted. Yes, I am a firm believer in Subutex. It will save your life. If you're looking for something that will make you stop, even if you've been in and out of detox and you've tried 1,000 times, if you set your mind to it, you can even take tiny amounts of Subutex. You don't even need the full dose. You can take just a little bitty bit, and it will take that urge away, or that psychological, or that withdrawal away. It's amazing what Subutex does, or Suboxone, same thing. Buprenorphine, amazing. It really has saved a lot of addicts' lives. You're welcome, Sarah. Lulu, it saved my life. I've been taking it for 5 years. That's right. That's right. And if you ever do stop taking it, you have to wean yourself down. You cannot just stop taking it. It will cause like serious issues for you. And I think you know that. I'm sure you know that, having been on it for 5 years. And we were all talking about that, how it's some of the worst withdrawals ever. If you cold turkey methadone or you cold turkey buprenorphine, you really will withdraw worse than the friggin' heroin or the Percocet ever did. But that's why you have to be in a treatment program and you have to step down. If you step down, it won't affect you at all. I am one of those people, Scouts honor. I stepped down. I told you how I did it. I took a half a day and then I took a quarter a day and then I would skip a day and take a quarter and then I would skip 2 days and take a quarter. And then finally, I didn't need it anymore. And it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, when I have urges, instead of running out there to try to find something, I'll just probably go back to a clinic. I don't have a problem with going back to a clinic and saying, hey, listen, I'm having urges. I need to be put back on Subutex. And they will do it right away. There's not an issue with that whatsoever. And I don't know that I wouldn't do that tomorrow or a year from now. And it doesn't make me a bad person if I need to get back on Subutex. What makes me a bad person is if I relapse and go back out there and find my drug of choice. And we're so glad you're here, Lulu Interrupted. It's great. Yeah, see, Lulu is proof of it right here. She takes 2 milligrams a day. And most people think that they need 2 8-milligram tablets a day, and they don't. They just need that 2 milligrams, and it does the same thing that the other does. But it's all psychological, too, at the same time. I mean, I'm just talking about how much you need is psychological, not the fact that you need it, of course. Just how much you need to take is psychological. Because even when we were taking our drug of choice, we always wanted more, right? So what would make you think that if you take Subutex, you're not going to want more? And it could happen. You have to be careful with that too and take it as maintenance or less. We're so glad, Elizabeth Gregory. That is awesome. I remember you telling me that the other night, and I think it's great. It's another survivor, survivor, survivor. And they both survived their addiction and they are thriving, you guys. They are doing good and thriving. And that is what your future holds, guys. If you're watching this and you want to get off your drug of choice and you're not sure if you can do it, I'm telling you, get in a treatment program and you can thrive. You can survive. They've done it for 4 years, Elizabeth Gregory. There's so many others too. Yes, as Miss T says, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Elizabeth Gregory takes 2 or 2.5 milligrams a day. See, and so a lot of people can survive on 2 milligrams, you guys, and that's amazing. That's only a quarter, like I said, that I was taking in the end of the 8-milligram tablets that you get, or they can prescribe you a 2 milligram as well. I believe it comes in that dose. I'm not sure about the 2 milligrams because when I was on them, they prescribed me 2 8 milligrams a day. I'd rather be on Suboxone for my entire life than go through daily grind of trying to not be sick. Yes, girl. Agreed. 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 Yes, 1000%. And you're sober. You are sober. You're not on your drug of choice, so you are sober. There's a huge difference between sober and clean. And so you are 1000% sober. You are in a treatment program. You get your subs. You're sober. Oh, you're welcome, Chronic Life. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's amazing all the people that have this in common on this channel. Amazing halo for one another. Yes, it is. I agree, Miss T. So happy I found you guys. I know God brought me to this channel. Yeah, girl. Yeah. Don't you forget it either. You just gave me some chills. Okay, I know, Miss T, it's pretty great, and I just found this channel today. Oh, wow, that is awesome. Well, welcome, welcome, sister. Welcome. Thank you, Sarah. We feel the same way about you and Lulu Interrupted. Let me get my Christmas coffee out. I need to run and get my tablet to make sure my friend didn't back out of being here. Oh, it's right here. I don't got to run anywhere. She's going to be here at 8:10, and she's going to tell her survivor story of domestic violence. and I don't even really know it, not in detail. And so I like it that way. That way I can really ask questions that I'm curious about because I don't know it ahead of time. So it'll be the first time she's sharing it with me too. Let's see. I'm not buffering or anything because I'm uploading my giveaway video as we speak, you guys. Yes, I am. I'm uploading the 2,000 subscribers giveaway. Vicky Albine or Albine, you were the winner. You have until Friday at 3:10 my time, or we will draw from the bucket a new winner, you guys. And I have the bucket right there. If this is you, Vicky Albine, you need to email this email address. And you guys help me look for her as you make comments on my videos and stuff, if you don't mind. I did respond to her comment and loved it. So hopefully she'll get a notification about that. And I replied to her. But just in case she watches this video first, email me Vicky Albine or Albine. Oh, thank you, Sandy, Jersey girl. I actually love this channel because it's made me like get up and want to put my makeup on and do my hair and feel pretty and make myself presentable. Because why do that and waste all that makeup or waste a nice clean outfit when you're not going to see anyone? And so I was in sweatpants, messy bun every day for a year, probably a year straight. I kid you not. All right, so let me see if my homegirl has said anything. I'm also on Subutex. Ooh, girl. And been clean from other opiates for 9 months now. I'm so proud of you, Caitlin Maria. Good for you. The first year is the hardest. And I know because I just hit my 2-year anniversary. But that first year is the hardest to get through. And I'm so proud of you. It's almost over. Yeah, girl. You go. You deserve a clap. I'm so proud. That is just a feat. It is a feat in itself. Those things are like a vortex that suck you in, and ugh, it gives me chills even thinking about it. Oh, thank you, Muffy. That's so sweet. Well, you know what, Lulu interrupted? We were just talking about this, and we are actually all going to get together on Christmas and do a live. So you're welcome to come to that too. But I try to do a live every day, and we would love to have you whenever you can make it. From your profile picture, it looks like you're a mommy. So I know that mom life comes first. But we would love to have you in this community. Yay, Jennifer, went to the doctor. I'm so proud of you and how much strength it took for you to go. I'm so proud of you. Good for you, girl. Oh, well, you go, girl, Caitlin. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations. Your doctor's helping you, got your meds straight, you feel better after talking to her. Yes, girl, yes, thank you so much. I was just talking about how uplifting you got you to go to the doctor, and that women tear each other down, and it just makes women get darker and worse. And when you uplift them, they can think clearly, like you knew you needed to go to the doctor because we uplifted you. We put you in the place that you needed to be to make the right decisions instead of down low where you were, and where just all these thoughts are in your head and you don't know what to believe and you're down on yourself. We've all been there, and you're lying if you say you hadn't. So I'm just so glad we could do that for you. You go, girl. Thank you, BS. Let's see. My fiance got home, checked my Jeep, and it's not fixable. Got to get a new vehicle with my taxes. I know. I wish I got my taxes. My stupid student loan takes it all. So I don't know what's wrong with my car. I got to wait until I get paid next week to tow it. Elizabeth. So we're both in the same boat. Even one more thing we have in common that I didn't want us to have in common. I'm so, so sorry. And I thank you for donating money towards me when you're in your own bind yourself. Wow, it just shows what kind of person you are. And I just love you to pieces. Thank you. Yes, you all did. And I told her about you in the group. Yay! We're glad we could make a debut. You rock, sister. Just like Sandy said, you are awesome, Jennifer. God is good and women need to lift each other up like this, not tear each other down. Yes, exactly. And that's what we're here to do. We're going to break the cycle, you guys. For every one person that does this, that uplifts other women, we might, bleed on somebody else, and that might overflow into somebody else in a good way. I guess I shouldn't have said bleed, but we might influence somebody else to do it. Okay, Rebecca is here. I'm going to add her to my live. So yes, I totally agree. Let me change my screen here and then put her on. Hey, girl.
Hey, baby.
I'm glad you could make it. Has everyone?
Hey, I wouldn't miss it.
Can everybody hear Rebecca? I want to make sure that everybody can hear her. This is my wonderful friend, Rebecca. She's also a moderator here. And she has volunteered to do the first My Survivor video. And I wrote up a few questions ahead of time, and she approved them all. And after she approved them, she said that she didn't have any problem answering these questions. And so we'll go ahead and get started. You can't do that on the live, Becca. You got to keep that. You got to keep that out of the video.
It's gone.
Okay, sorry. You can move your head out though and do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. Gotcha.
Yeah, you know.
Because you
might
know
my nerves.
Yes, you might need it. You might need it. That's fine. And I get that 100%. You take as many breaks as you need. Okay, love?
Gotcha.
I'm proud of you.
Come here.
First of all, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, baby.
Okay,
I want y'all to see. Look, this is my sweet man.
Hey, Donna.
Hi, Chris. She's going to tell us what her amazing life is now, because this is about her surviving. And so we want to tell you guys how good she's surviving first before she gives the horrible story.
Hey, she's a superstar. She's a superstar in the light of my life.
Oh,
I love you.
If you need me, blow the horn.
I will, babe. Thanks. He brought me
I love
tissue.
that.
He brought me.
Keeper.
How sweet.
He's a keeper.
For sure. Yes. Okay.
So basically, I just want you to tell me, to start off, how amazing your life is now, and just introduce yourself to us.
Okay, so I have been with this wonderful man for 27 years. And right now, my life is like I never dreamed that it could be. I never dreamed, after what I had gone through, I never dreamed that I could be happy. I never dreamed that I could love someone and be loved the way that it is now. I mean, you guys saw, he knows what I'm doing, and he brought me tissues because he knows that I'm going to end up crying.
Priceless.
How precious is that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a struggle to let yourself believe that you deserve it. And I'm still, after 27 years, I'm still trying to convince myself that I do deserve this.
And he helps. He helps keep you in that high of, you do deserve it. And you do
He
deserve
does.
it.
In every way that he possibly can, he treats me like I am his priceless gem.
See, and I wanted to start out by showing you guys that there's hope after these things happen to you. There's hope after domestic violence. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean your picker's broke. It doesn't mean that you can't find love after. You do need to take time to heal. But once you heal, you're perfectly fine to be with your soulmate or the one you were supposed to be with to begin with. But tell us, Becca, how did you meet your abuser?
Actually, this is going to be good. The first time that I met my abuser, he was dating the younger sister of my first husband. And I ran into my first husband, and I was out partying and getting drunk, and they were too. And we ran into each other, and I was pretty wasted. And he was with my ex-husband, and the first words that I said to him were, "Wow, I love you."
Oh, so you were smitten at first sight.
Oh, girl, this man was freaking gorgeous to look at. I mean, he was so handsome. And he
That's what's
seemed
up.
to be really sweet.
Oh, then you met their representative. That's the thing. When you meet these kind of men, the first meetings, they put on a persona of who they represents themselves, but then you find out who they truly are later.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
How long were you guys
And
together?
we were together for 5 or 6 years, and we were married for the last 2 years that we were together.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, it wasn't just the initial attraction. I was going through a hard time with my first husband because he and I had a child together. And I didn't know this, but he had plans to kidnap our child.
Oh, wow.
And he had tried to convince my abuser to assist him in kidnapping my little boy.
And how'd you find out? Through the abuser?
Through the abuser, because the day that it was supposed to happen, the abuser showed up at my house like 10 minutes before my ex-husband was supposed to come to visit our child. And my abuser showed up, and he told me what was going on, and he said, "I can't let that happen. So
wow.
I'm here to protect you and your child." So
he
I mean,
acted like your savior, but ended up being the devil in disguise.
absolutely, 100%.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. What do you think was the worst of you guys being together? What was the worst time? Was it after you got married, before you got married?
I would have to say that it was all through the relationship from about 6 months on. I mean, really, it was every day. It wasn't like the final straw for me, though, was we had a wonderful evening, and we went to bed, and he fell asleep, and I was lying beside him in the bed trying to figure out the best way to kill him and get away with it.
A lot of women end up getting to that point.
And I wasn't angry. We had a wonderful evening. It was just that I knew that something had to change. Something had to change.
And what was he doing to you during that time, if you don't mind, like giving us maybe one example?
Oh, well, I got it every kind of way there is, I guess. He was physically abusive to me only twice in the 6 years that we were together. He was only physically abusive twice. He made those 2 times count, but it was only twice. But it was the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, the mental abuse that occurred every day. Every day.
And that does more damage sometimes. Because physical heals and the emotional doesn't. It stays with you almost forever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, when he beat me up the first time, I looked pretty rough. I had a broken nose. I had a fractured jaw. Both my eyes were black. And I looked bad. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, I could see those bruises. And I knew what had happened. But when those bruises went away and the swelling went away and it didn't hurt anymore, it kind of became a distant memory. And it wasn't as easy to remember. But the little verbal jabs and the giving you the love and then taking it back, that stays with you.
Yeah, and making you feel like you're not good enough for even a man beater. So, or a woman beater, I meant to say, not man beater. A woman beater, yeah.
Hey, I got my licks in too. Trust me, I didn't lay there and take it when I got beat up.
Good for you. What kind of things do you think you go through today because of that abuse? What kind of residual effects do you think are still left behind?
Well, you know, from us being as close as we are, I have some major trust issues.
Yeah.
I still have nightmares from time to time. Not as frequently now as it was in the past. I became very violent in my sleep. I would have these nightmares and I would be sound asleep and I would wake up and I would be beating the crap out of my pillow, my bed, you know, and this was happening while I was asleep.
Wow.
And when Chris and I got together, I warned him. I was like, dude, I'm just going to let you know it's dangerous to sleep with me because I get violent in my sleep. And I hit him twice through the years in my sleep.
Well, it's not your fault. Where do you think that you would be today if you hadn't gotten out? If you were still with him, where do you think you would be now?
Oh, I wouldn't be here. I would not be. I would be either in the ground or I would be in prison because I would have killed him. And that's what I told him when I finally severed all ties and said, that's it. I told him, I was like, look, if we keep playing this game, one of us or both of us is going to end up dead. And one or both of us is going to end up in prison. And the children need both parents.
And you have a child with him? Or more
yes,
than
I
one?
do. I have a daughter with him and she's 30 now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when was the last time you had to see him since you broke free? Have you ever ran into him?
Oh, well, yeah, we had to be in touch with each other because we shared a child. And until she was 18 years old, you know, there was visitation and all that fun stuff. And I just
So you haven't had to see him in 12 years?
No, I have not. I actually have run into him. I live in the town right next to his. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I've seen him at the grocery stores and stuff such as that. I just don't talk to him.
You just don't make eye contact, right? You just don't make eye contact?
I just don't talk to him. Even if we do make eye contact, I just go on my way and let him go on his way.
Did the cops ever get called or anything like that when y'all were fighting? Did he have to go to court? Did he have to go to court for beating you up?
No, because this was in the mid 80s.
Right. And I know how it is in North Carolina.
Yeah, we didn't have all those laws. As a matter of fact, the time that I had to go to the hospital because of the second beating, he was in the waiting room and I was in the emergency room.
Because of him.
And he kept telling the nurses that he wanted to come back and see me. And the nurses kept asking me if it was okay, and I kept telling them, no, I don't want him back here. And finally, the last time, I told him, he is the one that did this to me. No, I do not want him back here.
Good for you.
And he got back there anyway.
Because you were married?
No, we were engaged. We weren't even married at that time. He just walked his happy honey back there, and they let him.
Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing that anyone can do to stop them, and they're very charming too. They don't really show that side to everyone. They mind their P's and Q's around everyone else. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. So he would have told them anything to get back there, and then turned on you back there. So
exactly.
Wow. How did you end up getting out?
Well, the last year that we were together, he and I were probably together a grand total of 5-6 months, 2 or 3 weeks at a time, because he had a girlfriend. And he was bouncing back and forth between the girlfriend and myself. And I couldn't put my kids through it anymore, because everything would be fine in our opinion, and he would say that he was going to the grocery store or he was going to get a pack of cigarettes or whatever, and then he would just not show up again for 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
And then he'd come back and, oh, I want my family. I want to come home. I want.
So double life, so to speak. Double life?
Yeah. And I just couldn't stand to watch my kids go through the yo-yo game anymore, because he would walk out and I would be left with 2 kids to comfort. And it's not fair. No. It's not fair to them.
No. And Chris has been good to your kids. So.
Oh, my God. Sometimes I think my kids love him more than they love me.
How many times do you think that you thought about leaving him before you actually did it?
Too many to count, honestly. It was too many to count.
They say
but I was so afraid.
They say statistically that a woman leaves 7 times before she actually does it. Statistically, according to statistics, she will leave and go back 7 times before she actually finally leaves. So that's crazy. And I can attest to that too. I mean, I did it too. And then you end up believing their lies and getting manipulated again, and thinking it's going to be different this time. And it never is.
It's not.
It never is. What is your advice to others out there like you right now that are in this situation? What would you like to share with them?
Be honest with yourself.
Good one.
If you cannot be honest with anyone else, be honest with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what is happening to you. Say the words out loud. Look at those bruises. Look at what you are allowing to happen to you. If you can live with it, okay. But if you cannot look at yourself in that mirror and live with what you are accepting, then you need to protect yourself and you need to get out.
Amen. I agree. That's great advice. That's absolutely great advice. I'm so proud of you for sharing. You're a rock star. Is there anything else you want to share with us or tell us?
Just, I never thought that I would end up being abused. I was never that girl. I grew up in a home where my mom and dad absolutely loved each other. They adored each other. And, they adored us kids. We were never, yeah, sure. I lived like everybody else. Mom and dad argue, kids argue, parents and kids argue. That it was normal. We grew that.
Yeah.
That was the way we grew up. But I never witnessed any abuse growing up. And I never went through any abuse until that man. I was actually the one that was saying to my friends that were in abusive relationships, no, girl, you need to get away from him. He's not worth that.
Right.
So don't think that it can't happen to you, because it can. And these abusers and these manipulators, they don't come through the front door swinging their fists. They're carrying flowers and candy, and they treat you like a princess. And they tell you things like they couldn't survive without you, and that you're the only one in the world for them. They're grooming you.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep your eyes open and pay attention to the actions behind the words.
Definitely. All right, love, you're freezing up a little bit, so I'm going to take you out of the stream. We love you. We appreciate your strength and being able to have a voice. And just everybody tell Rebecca bye. Rebecca, tell everyone bye.
Love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye. We love you.
See ya.
Bye. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. That was our first time being able to do that. We just want to say thank you, Rebecca. Let me tell her love you back in case she's in the comments. She was very strong, and I'm super proud of her for sharing that without crying. Wow, super, super strong. And once you can talk about it without shedding a tear, that you have overcome 1,000%, and the other person can just go shove it because you got this. You know what I mean? If you can share this hard time that you went through in your life, and just so you can help somebody else, then by all means, it is just therapeutic. It really is. That's true. That's what, if anyone tells you you are the only one who I can talk to and understands me, run. Yes. And you guys, I was also told that I was the only one that made him abuse me, that he didn't abuse girls before me and he didn't abuse girls after me, that I was the only one that got him to that level. And I just find that hard to believe, that I was the only one. But that's what I was told by my abuser too, all the time. Not just, that the wool pulled over my eyes, but it was something broken in me that made him abuse me. Somehow the whole script got flipped around on me, and I was the person that caused me to get abused. And that it got me to a point that my children didn't even recognize me. I was this meek, humble little person that even if he told me something that wasn't true, I knew not to go against him. And I would say that it was true. And that was how I was really feeling, but it wasn't. I wouldn't have done it for that at all. But he would say that, oh, yes, I see that's what you're thinking. I know that's what you're thinking. And I would have to say, yes, that's what I'm thinking, to keep from getting my butt kicked. So Rebecca knows all of that reverse psychology because she went through it too with her abuser, and they are really good at the yo-yo, like she was talking about, pulling you in and pushing you away and pulling you in and pushing you away, and the psychological just mind F that you're going through. You can't make logical decisions because you're so insecure and broken and have no personality of your own. You become this like robot for them. It's crazy. Yay, I'm so glad Becca's in chat. Miss T, she says he treats her like gold, but I told the same lies she's telling. I'm glad you answered that for us. Yes, that was one of my other questions I forgot to ask her. I forgot to ask her, do you have kids with your abuser and did it affect them in a negative way? I forgot to ask you that, Rebecca. And did you ever have any good times with your abuser? I forgot to ask you that. I was really nervous. It was my first interview. And I forgot to ask, do you think there were others that he did this to? And that's it. Those are the ones I forgot to ask. Okay, so she said, oh, mine told me I saved his life. He was in his basement with a shotgun and he didn't pull the trigger because I showed up. Oh, good one. Yes. My first date with mine was the Passion of the Christ, you guys. Me and him, our very first date, we went to the movies and we saw Passion of the Christ. So I'm right there with you, Beck. Can you answer that question for me when you get time? I forgot to ask. Do you think there were others that he did this to? I forgot to ask you that. Yeah. And did it affect your kids in a negative way? Just whenever, if you have time. If you don't worry. I'll ask you when I see you, and then I'll respond to them. All right, so let's see. What Penny Sue? I think most do that. Mine did the same because they aren't the bad guys. It's all about you making them angry or upset, not trusting you because they have never done this before. Yes, I went to get chicken wings, you guys, at Zaxby's, and he told me that I was with somebody because it took so long, and I was getting like 20 chicken wing platters, lots and lots of chicken. And my mind was blown. I was like, what do you think? I'm going in like a broom closet at the Zaxby's with some random stranger? And he did. He literally did. It was nuts, the stuff that he thought I was doing. Hybrid says hers threatened suicide once and threatened me with it knowing I wanted out. Wow, they do that. They do try to scare you into staying with them. Oh, yes, our daughter was abused. We did have good times, but they were far outweighed by bad. And yes, I know there were others. Oh, okay, babe. Before and after you? Penny Sue, exactly. Kid had a lot of anger, Julie Johnson said. I'm 79. I always wanted to meet a 29er. LOL, super cool. Jealousy. LOL, they have a guilty conscience. Yes, Sarah, that's true. I was shot at 3 times. Oh my God, Miss T. By your abuser? I had that gun held to my head and was forced to drive around to find the guy that I was in a relationship with after my abuser. And the guy was taunting my abuser, saying, yeah, I've been with your girl, and talking about our kids. He wasn't innocent in all of this. I did not share that in my first video, but I wanted you guys to know that the person that when I had that gun held to my head for hours, we were driving around trying to find this guy my ex was forcing me to, and that guy would just kept calling my ex over and over, telling him that he would take his kids or something about his kids, and it sent him sideways, and all of that transpired because of that. But I had to take him around to all the places that I ever hung out with this guy, and it was insane. And I ended up having a bruise on my temple where he just kept sticking it, telling me that you're lying. And sometimes you want to say that you are lying just so they'll stop. But when there's a gun to your head, you refuse to lie. Hi, Mama and family. I watched every single time. I love your channel. I have a hard life. I live in chronic pain and depression. I have over 5 spine surgeries. Okay, we're going to put you on the positive vibe or prayer list. Angel Callie 27. Angel Callie 27. Health issues. Thank you so much. We will lift you up. Let's see. Oh my God, Miss T, I'm so glad I'm in Canada and we have few guns here. I'm so sorry. Are guns illegal in Canada? Hybrid Pisces. How interesting. I'm just curious. Not that I'm for them or against them. If there are alcoholics, their mood flips instantly. They can be cruel. Yes, I remember him getting drunk lots of nights and being a total different person. By my worst abuser. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss T. That sounds familiar, Sai. Why do men do this to us? I don't know. Maybe they saw their parents do it their whole lives and they don't know any better. I mean, there's no excuse for it by all means, but I was just trying to put some logic to it. Maybe that's the cycle can't be broken because it's what they grew up in and it's all they know. Yes, before and after. My son feels he should have been able to protect me. He was only 6 years old by the time my ex finally stayed gone. Oh, bless his little heart. He carried that for a long time. I'm glad you guys have such a wonderful relationship now. Your son is precious and handsome. I'm honored, Jackie Citizen Green. Thank you, Hybrid Pisces. I always been a survivor of my son's father being murdered in 1990. I've always been. I'm so sorry that happened, Angela or Angel Callie 27. That is horrid. I'm thinking of you and I am sending out lots of prayers. I have you written down, so it'll be every time I pray that I'll lift you up. Let's see. Exactly. Every time I left, he would call and come to whatever town I was in, crying with flowers and begging, being great to the kids and promised everything and that they will get help. Yeah, mine too found me all the way in Oklahoma from Colorado. I left in the middle of the night. He still came and found me. Let's see. I had a rifle pointed at my head too. All I could do was beg for my life and tell him I wanted to stay alive because I'm a mom. Me too. I had to tell him that we had kids together and that I'm the mother of his kid. And that seemed to be the only thing to get through to him. And then afterwards, he just started being extremely nice to me. It was like the complete opposite. And I had never seen him be that nice. And so I was perceptive to it. And so, I mean, it was just crazy that I could be with him and love him after that. And I did. We went up to Estes Park and we had hid out up there for 2 days in a nice hotel, and he didn't go to work and his mom kept the kids. And so the day after I had the gun held to my head for 12 hours, we were acting like we were the closest married couple on the planet, and it's sick and emotionally like traumatizing thinking about it and going back to it. It's like he had such a control over me. Of course, sister, you are in the right place. This is a place for all women that feel alone, so we can be there for each other. Women do it too. I was with a very paranoid woman. Yes, women do it too. I watched, I had to intervene many of times with the girl that I know that beats her father of her children, and they're married now and they've been together since high school, and she literally abuses him and has for decades, and you just can't get through to him. And I finally just had to like block him and not talk to him anymore because I would get through to him. I would help him get him help, and he'd end up right back there. And every time I would have her after me because I would help him, and she liked keeping him in a position where he had no help. And so he's with her now to this day again. It's just a vicious cycle. And sometimes you lose your friends trying to help. Yes, only legal guns here are for hunting, gun control. So different here. I'm 40 and have literally never laid eyes on a gun in my life. They are only a thing amongst gangs, etc. Wow, that's like Mexico. Mexico is like that too. Their guns are illegal. Hybrid, thank you so much. I have severe PTSD over him. He was killed in a car wreck 72 hours after the very last time he was going to kill me. Our 3-year-old son, and then himself. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're here with us and that didn't happen, Miss T. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, where was it? Too much control, men's mental illness. Some have depression. Take it out on happy women. Very true. A single hint out to all the single ladies. Oh, yeah, her son is single. To all the single ladies, and he is handsome. So, I'm a Pisces too, March 16th. Hey, Pisces. That's horrible listening to the stories. I can't relate, but I feel for you ladies. Thank you. You can have compassion and empathy. My second baby girl is a Pisces, March 6th. Oh, yay. I'm March 2nd. Brandy says, hey. Natasha Richardson says, aw. Brandy said, what did I miss? Natasha said, my grandson's birthday is March 16th. And Rebecca said, Tina Ward, yes, I'm sorry if you felt excluded. Anyone can be abusive or abused. True. Yeah. Or we know someone that's been abused. If you haven't been abused yourself, you definitely know someone who you think is being abused or has been abused. So, very true. And Miss T said, one time I literally seen the fire come out of the barrel of the 9mm. I know God was protecting me. No other answer for it because the gun was about 6 inches from my face when he fired it. Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Miss T. Thank you. My ex shot his dresser after I ran out of his trailer. I thought he killed himself anyway. Yay, LOL. I love us Pisces. Hey, Natasha. Oh my God. I'm sorry you went through that trauma. That is intense. We're here for you if you want to talk. I have never believed in coincidences, Miss T. Things happen for a reason. So happy to hear you're still here to share your power. That's right, girl. Too close to death. I mean, that was seconds. So, yes, I each a man, pine and liquor on a friend, lighter, lots of strong women in this group. Yes, there is. Let's see. Charlie, I was with a narcissist way back in 1980s. I didn't know at the time, but it is a brain F. They mess with your head like nobody's business. Agreed. And once you realize they're not narcissists, everything that they've done to you is so apparent. Let's see. I love our online family. Me too. And Angel Callie 27 told you, Becca, that she's sorry you went through that and God was blessing you because you're here and have a great husband. Yes, she does. Thank you. Thank you. Guys are amazing. I do appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to still talk for a little bit, but please, I'm going to put my email in the description box here or the chat box in just a second. But you guys reach out if you have a story that you want to share. All I did was Rebecca said she wanted to do it. She would volunteer so you guys could see how easy it was. And so I wrote out a bunch of questions and I sent them to her. She approved them and bam, we came live. And I was the dingling that didn't ask all the questions before I exited. So next time I'll be better at it. But yeah, that's all I do. And if there's a question in there that you don't want to be asked, you just email me back and say, hey, listen, all these questions are okay, but this one is not. Please don't ask that. And I won't. So you will be aware ahead of time of what you're getting asked. And so it will be natural and safe. Okay, and you saw how safe Rebecca was here. We all lifted her up. So I'm getting ready to put the email here. If you want to come on tomorrow night for a quick live about how you are a survivor of domestic violence or addiction, either one, if you have survived either one of those things, you are a soldier, you are in your own army, and you are a rock star. So this is my email address. I check them every day around lunchtime. So please reach out to me and I will get you on. I can email you the link to join, and that's it. You don't have to download an app in your phone. I just send you a link for the live that we're going to go live on around 8 o'clock tomorrow. And then bada bing, bada boom, we're up and running, just like I did with Rebecca tonight. Hi, Once Upon a Crime in the West. Yes, we are not here to judge you, Angel Cali 27. We are here to support you. We're trying to make this like a thing, uplifting women and not tearing them down and not judging them. We're hoping that we make this like a epidemic or what. I guess that's not a good choice of words. We're hoping we make this a thing to where women start doing it to each other. And if one woman sees you uplifting another woman, maybe it'll be contagious and maybe we'll start something to where they're not just constantly tearing each other down and hating on each other. My psychiatrist needs it. I say that all the time, Miss T. You sound just like me. I say my shrink needs a shrink. When I leave, the right person will live you with your broken pieces and help you put the pieces back together. Love you with your broken pieces. That's right. That is a very powerful statement. Those groups are so powerful. It's only fellow survivors who truly understand the war we've been through, who can celebrate the win with genuine understanding. So proud of all of us. Yes, hybrid Pisces. That is amazing. You're absolutely right. Miss T, I feel like people are ashamed and embarrassed, or it's too like stigmatized to share their personal stories. But I think it's really important that people like you can share to spread awareness. I agree with exactly what Caitlin said. Yes, Miss T. But whenever you're ready at your own comfort level. Yes, how do we teach our girls about this? I agree. What is the best way to go about this? I have only raised my 19-year-old daughter, and it was hard because they get introduced to stuff like this very young. What's going on in middle school for them wasn't going on until high school for us. And so it's really hard to let them know that there's narcissists out there. There are people who have bad intentions who will just want your body and not who you are as a person. And so I always told my daughter very upfront and very straightforward with her that no matter what somebody says to you, don't give that part of you up so easily. You don't want to end up marrying your husband and have all of that experience under your belt, and your husband have only been with one or two people, and so it's not something that you're offering to him in that moment. And it is a very tight rope, and each parent is allowed to do whatever it is that they feel comfortable doing. And telling your own kid, that's why you're the parent of that kid, is you get to decide what they know and what they don't know and how you're going to approach it and make sure that they don't end up with somebody like that. But I can tell you 100% without a shadow of a doubt, if you raise your children in that environment, they will become a product of their environment, and they will be with somebody just like the abuser. You have to show them what being treated right and with respect looks like, or they won't know any better themselves, and they'll go after the same exact person that you had them growing up around as your abuser. So it is a very tight rope, like I said, that we walk on, and somebody has to break the cycle. You have to get out of that so your children don't grow up and be with people just like that, because they will. Statistically, they will, and just by experience, they will. And from what I've seen in 41 years of my life, and if you don't get out now, you're setting the precedence for your children. It's sad, but true. And if you don't want to take my word for it, ask somebody else that grew up around domestic violence, who they ended up being with and marrying. So, you're welcome, Angel. Callie 27. Okay, so I missed a chat from Brandy. Let's see. Having a bad night. Okay, Brandy, we got you, sister. Everybody uplift Brandy. Is there anything that we can do in the moment to help, girlfriend? Let's see. Do you want me to email you when I get off of here, Brandy? I don't mind at all. I was getting ready to jump off here anyway, and I want to say thank you guys for giving me this environment to share this wonderful story of Becca's. And I hope that you feel safe enough to come on this platform to share yours. You do not have to show your face. The StreamYard does allow you to just use your voice. And so whatever your profile picture is, it'll put it on this screen on this side, and it'll be a little circle of your profile picture, and your voice will come out of your profile picture. I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTubers use that kind of audio for a video. And so anyone that wants to share and doesn't want to share their face, they do not have to. You can just share your voice. Now, if you would like for your story to get out there, but you do not want to come on the platform and share it, type it up for me. And at the end of it, after you email it to me, make sure you type at the end of the email, you are free to share this with your subscribers, and I will read your story and leave you anonymous. Or if you don't want to be anonymous, I will say your name. But however you feel comfortable, you can get your story out there. You don't have to come on a video or an audio to share your story. I can be your voice if you would like me to, or however you want. You could get someone else to represent you and say, listen, this is my 19-year-old daughter, or however you want to do it. But you are safe here, and I will block anybody and everybody that tries to attack another woman in this platform. We do not do that. I don't care if your arch enemy steps up in here, you're not going to attack that person. You can approach me in my email about it, but do not attack each other in the comments section, which everyone has played by the rules and been grown-ups. But I know the bigger my channel gets, the more haters and trolls and everything that I'm going to have. So be looking for moderators by the time that we hit 2,000. So that's only 500 away. Plus my giveaway video. You guys want to make sure that you all are on that. Let me see if it loaded, so I can tell you what it's called. My son is getting hyper in there. Make sure that you get your entry in on my giveaway video. Again, thank you everyone for your super chats. It is uploaded. I think this video is ready to be watched. Yes, it was uploaded 12 minutes ago, and it says my next giveaway. I will draw a winner once we hit 2,000 subscribers. So go ahead and get over there and find out what you got to do on that video to enter or get your entry in and find out what it is exactly that I'm giving away for 2,000. All right. And you guys can always share your emails with each other in my chat box. if you want to. That doesn't bother me at all. And thank you so much for your respect and kindness to Rebecca tonight. That is a must to be able to continue to do these kinds of videos. Let's see. Brandy, my husband's aunt has MS. It's hard, but we uplift her and remind her of the good that life has to offer. She finds wintertime very difficult. Yes, I can only imagine. Brandy says you all are awesome. I've been a mod for a big channel. I would like to mod for you, Mama. Angel Callie 227. But I'll help my story. I hope my story helps. If y'all need to talk, I'm here for you too. Love y'all. Yes, you can find Rebecca on Facebook under the name that's on the screen. Good night, everyone. Angel Callie says, Brandy says winter is the worst and today is cold and rainy. Brandy, do you want me to email you afterwards if you want to talk? I will be more than happy to email you, sister. Jackie says, sub to my channel, going live on Thanksgiving. No one will be alone. Okay, that sounds good. Jackie is doing what I'm doing on Christmas, but she's doing it for Thanksgiving. So if you guys don't want to be alone, go ahead and sub to her channel, Jackie Good Citizen Green. Plus, I believe she's trying to get to 1,000, so that will help her do so. There is her channel right there on the screen. We've got Sharon says, thanks, Becca. I love you, Becca. I want to say thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Caitlin says, winter is definitely a rough time for a lot of people. Lady Lucan, prayers for your husband's aunt. Yes, much love. Okay, thank you guys so much. I will be going live tomorrow during the day to talk about the 15 minutes that I will be covering on NK's second phone interview. That's why I'm getting off right now. I do plan on writing that out. If I get a wild hair tonight and decide I want to upload it, I will, but we probably won't live chat about it until tomorrow. So, okay, good night, sister. Enjoy. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for your super chats earlier today. And since I'm stuck at home without a car, then you're going to be seeing more of this face. So, talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. End broadcast.